there. Remember before I came on the island, I said I really would love to taste a salmon dinner. All right, so what's next? I would like to have a meal featuring fresh salmon. And if that is a meal cooked by you or me, I don't know how that's going to come about. I just know how good it's going to taste. I can already taste it. Might be, whoever make it, somebody make it, I don't know, but I could taste it. And the kindred spirits in that truck up there. Invited me to a meal with some longtime friends of theirs. Decades and decades and decades and decades. That salmon they caught, fresh frozen, just a week ago. And it was cooked to perfection by people who know how to cook salmon. I want to learn that. Oh, it was so good. Corn, and then roasted potatoes and sweet potatoes, garlic bread. The wine was flowing, but I had my day with wine. The essence of that is a feeling that I am familiar with, being in that camaraderie, and far from feeling melancholy or wistful, which I kind of describe as sad. On the sad scale, I was actually, my soul was like drinking it up. Absolutely. Just drinking the essence of that feeling, and that I got to feel that again. Attention, attention, this is your future self. I'm heading down the mountain to upload the stories. Coming to a YouTube channel near you, CultivateLife, period. And now with a free membership, even though I only want to figure it out and hoping that I can figure it out by the time that this story airs. So I'm trying to time travel. I'm gonna do that. Last night at that dinner, the salmon, you already heard about the salmon, but when I went home and I was getting ready for bread and brushed my teeth, I realized that all the herbs that were on that salmon were like all over my teeth, and it was dark, so it wasn't that except it was one of the people's birthday, and my two new kindred spirit friends, they're like, we want to get a picture together. I'm like, okay, good. Oh, do you have the flash on? Yes. So it's like, jeez. And really, what I look like on camera, it's natural. I'm not trying to hide anything, but everybody has to have where their line is. And really, please tell me if I have something in my teeth. Okay. I actually asked the hygienist the last time that I was with them. So gosh, earlier in my life, it didn't seem the food get caught in my teeth, and then they were like, it's an age thing. If that happens to be something that you've been noticing, yeah, it's a thing. What I did this morning, because that's just the way I roll, is after I took Imogene for the last walk before we set off, they were all sitting around a picnic table having coffee, and looking like they were kind of winding down too. And nice meeting you and all that. And I was like, hey, I have a request. I have this rig that was as big as hers passed by me, and on the walkie-talkie real quick I said, hey, why don't you flag them down and see if there's anything open up there. And she did, and that's how we found the Primo site, is that she just stuck out her hand. They stopped, they said, hey, here's how you can get in the easiest way. Now you know the rest of the story. Pretty incredible stuff. It's happened all my life. In kindred spirit, if you are connecting in any way with this type of these type of stories, that means that that's how you connect the dots too. Welcome. I look forward to knowing you. Here they are. We're out. We're out. We made it. I think they're like checking everything. Good idea. Just to see how everything's kind of hanging after all the vibration. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that too. At the bottom of that long bumpy gravel road, my new kindred spirit friends stopped because they were checking to see if anything shook loose. Thought, good idea. I pulled over too. And then we started comparing recipes because, of course, I just can't get over how good the salmon was. This is what it's ended up being lunch. At the end of the night, they were saying, go over, take a bunch with you, take as much as you want. And there was 2 huge pieces of the salmon. And there was 7 people eating off of it. So I go over there, and there was just a little tiny bit, which just fit in a little to-go cup that I brought. And so when I met them at the bottom of the mountain today, they said, we just mix it up in mayonnaise and, put it on crackers. And this actually is my new go-to. Rather than carrying around a big thing of mayonnaise, I just like most elbow macaroni, and then I mix it with a bunch of vegetables and stuff like that. Today, salmon. Cannot wait, because then it's that blueberry pie. Beautiful alpine blueberry pie. I ate half of it last night. Gonna savor maybe the rest of it after lunch. We're still percolating what we're gonna do after that. And part of my decision about which way to go on Vancouver Island is it's getting chillier. If I go north, of course. And I've also heard that it's kind of rainy and windy and foggy up there. But some dispersed camping. Some of the towns have free camping for travelers and things. So that's where I am right at this moment. And I'm leaning towards just trying to finish up the edits that I have and get them uploaded. It'll be late afternoon by then, but just make sure that I provisioned up. That's another thing, my budget, it's the 21st, so the budget is starting to stretch thin. But fortunately, things don't seem too far apart. It's just they're windy roads, and I'm getting pretty good gas mileage, so I think I'm going to go north, and we can always easily change our mind when we get up there. I'm going to meet up with Memi on September 1st. which segues perfectly into what and where am I going in September? That's what I want to ask you. And Imogene wants to ask you too, right? Like a framed painting. I just remembered a teaching. Imagine that this view is 2% of what's going on in your world that you see every day. And intellectually, you know there's a view outside that view. But for some reason, can't think about that 98% at all, because this 2% is the most important thing. And so the invitation is this. Start looking outside the box. Start softening those edges. No drastic changes needed. Wherever I begin is the best place. When we're feeling half full or better, and sometimes worse, let's think of our emotional 100%. We just feel emotionally balanced. And really at any given moment, if we actually were feeling up to it, making a list of the pros and cons, what's going right, what's not going right, what are challenges, what are traumas, what are things that can't seem to ever change, that takes up 2%. So that means we're looking and how we've been trained, how we have been brought up, the traditions that's in our DNA, who knows, it's our emotional bodies, it's our pain bodies. It's in our bodies to, I guess for survival's sake, focus on that 2%. That's a big survival thing. When something needs life and death, got to be able to do that focus. Laser. We can do that. And why, with all the modern technologies and the studies and the scientific data about being slow, sleeping, not doing anything, being, that's just as important as doing. I just noticed that was a plane over there, which reminds me of flying, which, as I've been talking about this teaching of the practice of 98%, focus on the 98% that's going right, there's a story about that. And actually leads to a song. And you have to kind of know, it's an oldie but a goodie. I'm going to try to sing it. And I'll try to find what the name is so that you can get the tune in case I don't get it right. And I'm hoping that I can tell the story right, because it has a lot to do with calling myself the Queen of Plan B. It just started up, of course. like popping all over. I can't keep up. But don't stop. I'll figure it out on the fly. Okay, I think I'm ready. Are you a person that loves really cute humor but can never remember the punchline? Yeah, that's why we're kindred spirits. I hadn't thought of this little song or this little saying decades, and I'm gonna make a go of it. I think I remember what it is, and I'm gonna add my dance moves to it. All right, at the risk of Imogene wandering off, I'm gonna hold on to her leash. So here we go. I don't even know what the rhythm should be, but I'm gonna get started. All right, it's not gonna be a rhythm. It's just, I'm just trying to. All right, so we get to be human beings and also human doers. Wow, we get to do both, being and doing, and being and doing. And somewhere along the line, got out of balance and heavily weighted to the doing, human doing, human doing, human. Oh, my back, oh, my aching back, oh, because all I'm doing is doing. But the human being, it's over here going, hey, hey, I'm here whenever you need me, because, you know, I think you ought to do this, but, you know, if you don't want to, okay, fine. Hey, human being, you know, we'll just wait. We got eternity. We got infinity. We're not doing it wrong. And, you know, times are causing us to step up and line up, okay? So, you know how bees are buzzy bees? They're doing and they're being, and they're doing and they're being. Yeah. So, if you're a human doing, at the end of the day, you're going to have a pile of doo-doo. So if you mix a little being in there and you are so ready to do this, you end up with something like this. Dooby dooby doo. Dooby 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 doo. Be dooby 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 doo. Be dooby dooby doo. Be